Toast.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Well, you got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will. Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. And I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
Ryan, he's a big fish in an awful small pond.
Anything you say, pal.
I heard about your little friend. What happened to these children?
Red means stop.
What are they?
Green means
Where have you
go.
been? Cabin in
This
Arcadia?
Is the rule all little girls
sisters.
know.
Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Compromise? Come on. We haven't got all day.
What do they even look like under those suits?
What you mean? They're just some kind of machine?
Well, I say you should have to prove it.
DeWitt. The Hostic sees you. Funny.
What?
You're not knowing about the little sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Refreshment, sir. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
I went through basic, decent sort. The Italian. Papa this and Papa.
Fresh new glass.
This stuff ready for a day.
Sir, ma'am.
Sexual intimacy is no different than any other commodity, friend. Ryan understands something.
Buongiorno, signore.
Days.
Fontaine got taken up by Ryan's
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Best equipment.
right with you? Please, come in.
That we used to share, and they still sound the same. I've got your picture.
Where have you been, DeWitt?
How am I going to make it work with my leg? Ah, Mr. DeWitt. Back again. And so soon.
Are you in the know? Innovation and competition are what fuel Rapture. But that fuel can be diluted with rumor or flat-out lies. The rumor monger asks, what are these so-called splicing side effects? Well, take a look around you. Do you see anything wrong with your neighbor? The rumor monger asks, why has Tenenbaum withdrawn from the public's eye? Dr. Tenenbaum is a scientific mind unparalleled, even in Rapture. She's no doubt in her lab, toiling away at her next great innovation. I heard she was in cahoots with Fontaine. Merely slander from jealous naysayers. Remember, Rapture competes through innovation, not cheap shots. Bridget Tenenbaum is a woman who represents the best of science and industry. In other words, she's a Rapture gal. Now you know.
Say, Betty, seems like you're carrying a little of that baby weight. I know.
Attempted pillow talk.
Mr. DeWitt.
Keep your hand on the chain.
I'll find my source inside of that club.
What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
How was Ryan taking on the Fontaine's business? Decided to start ringing in the new year a bit early, I see. Wasting your time.
Suchang observed strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchang's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no.
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Adjustable through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Suchong's...
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're
No
expected...
mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any. Brought you to Rapture.
Man,
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
wasn't that kind of man.
And what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt. Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Why, hello.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
She's got you.
Interesting, isn't it? The original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
I don't want to open my mouth for fear of what foolishness might tumble out.
Would you like me to tell you what it means?
Oh, would you? Oh, I would like so much to understand.
In this piece, Cohen intended to show us the struggle of the great man, condemned to breathe the swampy air of the parasite.
Cohen sends those masks out in some kind of box. Damn. Must be somewhere else.
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Where to next? Rapture Records and the Golden Rule, both downstairs.
The great chain guides all about.
Oh, God.
Mr. DeWitt, there are limits to my generosity.
Are you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant. Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture. digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum, that's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
How do they work?
Something about stem cells.
What's a stem cell?
Who do I look like? Bridget Tenenbaum?
To what possible end? They can't both be right.
Maybe your taste buds have matured.
That's... Hello, Booker.
Another one. Hey, you got an issue with my food pen. You're welcome to...
I had all of these visions before coming down here of Utopia. Every man with his hand on the great chain, the wheel of progress turning. Every cliche you can imagine. And what is the first thing that happens when I open up shop? Petty thievery. Now I have to lock all my valuables in the closet. Remember 2076. It's the problem with coming to Utopia, is that it still has the people.
Whatever that barber did to you, I hope he's retained a capable attorney.
When Ryan take over Fontaine Futuristics, scene of terrible violence. Splicers burning each other to bits. The lucky ones not killed, sent to department store prison instead. Sujong think he dead man too. But then Ryan comes to Sujong and says, Sujong want to be buried in filthy store, or Sujong want to make a good salary, work for Ryan. How much salary? Asks Sujong. This Ryan find very funny.
You see that dish I walked in with? Well, you give her the star treatment, pal. That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center cabochon... Excuse me, sir?
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we wouldn't notice?
I can assure you that...
The assurances of a grave robber are of no...
Nothing.
You hand the ring back no matter
One
what
place
remains
left.
between you and me.
Come into my shop and talk this trash. I don't think so. Hit the bricks, you tramp, or I'll see to it they hit you.
Get your hands off me! Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Nothing?
No. Got one place left.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
Cross that bridge when we get to it. Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course.
What is this piece?
It's by Trine, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely?
Where is he hiding that in the box?
Music does something to me, especially something in this phase.
Hey, son of a bitch.
Logically, purely sensual.
The finest music,
That we never knew existed.
yes.
Can you turn it up? Oh, it's so
Russell, I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing. Good. We've located the mask.
No time to check.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You got a bit of the grift.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Dance, dance, move! Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music, to the spirit of the eternal! Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! Thus... Enter, for God's sake! My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas. Oh, there's no room in rapture anymore for the artist. Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, ladies?
Ask a few questions.
Questions, yes. Yes, it is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You are more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her in exchange. All I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to go.
Son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Come
shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick! I see suffering in you. I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
Mr. DeWitt! Mr. DeWitt! Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
Look.
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
But it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial at sea.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea. Get too comfortable. Keep your eyes open.
Seem to be some supplies this way, Mr. DeWitt.
It's Booker.
What?
Just call me Booker.
But it's all the same to you. Let's leave it, Mr. DeWitt. Look up there. Let's have another look around. Perhaps we'll be able to find something to get us up and over.
Could be him.
A skyhook.
Skyhook? You mean the air grabber? Kids use them to ride around up on the new mobiles.
Air grabber. Huh. Constants and variables.
Constants and what? Goddamn grabber stuck.
Mr. DeWitt! Someone's coming!
Come back! I want the frosting!
Come on. Let's work something out!
All right, I got the grabber unjammed.
Mr. DeWitt, look. Housewares. That's where Cohen said we'd find Sally. The store ran trams between the three buildings. We'll need to avail ourselves of that.
Assuming it still works.
Optimism, Mr. DeWitt. It helps in situations like this. When did you come to Rapture?
Oh, it was, geez, I guess around 51? No, 48?
That's a rather large gap.
Time. Life I had before. Sort of becomes a blur. 49. 49 for sure. Damn.
You look a mess, Mr. DeWitt.
Just keep your eyes open for splicers. They can do us a whole lot worse.
There, little birdies. Eat it up. Well, it's good for you, you know. I've never heard of birds that didn't like seeds. What's the matter with you? Do you think it's poison? He'll see me again if I say his name 4 times.
You promise never again!
Look, there. Splicers.
Won't steal my leads!
Mr. DeWitt, look.
Well, there's the tram.
That splicer had no problem freezing a path for himself before.
I'm sure he'll be happy to do the same for us.
I have no... Oh, you'll prove persuasive.
Welcome to the circus of value! No refund, no return!
Another burst pipe.
The store sunk a few hundred feet beyond its specifications. More pressure, more burst pipes.
Mr. DeWitt, look. Ice rink.
Be good at places any to look for our new friend.
Says it's on the top floor.
So we can... Damn thing's locked.
Let me see that. Have matters progressed so little? I could turn this with a rake pick. Done.
Where'd you learn that?
Oh, it's something I picked up a long time ago.
Our frozen friend is a hell of a trail.
You know anybody?
Please. Just say something for Mother.
You want to steal? Got a joker. Empty vessels make them
Ryan, you bastard. Left me here to rot. Sure, I signed the contract. Helped turn Fontaine's into a prison. 10 days, big rush, everything slapped at. Right before the prisoners are brought in. Near piece of shit turret. Bam! Both kneecaps. Now I'm likely a cripple locked in a jail, surrounded by maniacs. Haven't even been paid, but I don't care. Just get me out of here!
Get up. Get up.
Thanks.
You want to thank me? Next time, try ducking. What?
Think you can crack this one open?
No problem. Done.
Tonight, my candle glow, my dear, I know your love will grow.
It used to be such a thrill to hear Ryan speak. Parasite this, and the exaltation of man that. Sure, it could get a bit of a bore, but the old bear sure knew how to enunciate.
What am I selling? Can't accept less.
It could have been easy. What's wrong with you?
No excuse for a racket. I'm out of shoes to the I'm a legend, you hear? A legend! Why? Hit the brakes, huh? You spit rabbit. You spit Frankie. And you leave me what? Can't talk to me that way. Show me some respect.
What is the greatest lie ever created?
You think you can talk to
What
me
is
like
the
that?
most vicious stupidity ever perpetrated on mankind? Slavery. The Holocaust. Slavery. No. With all that wickedness built.
I closed that son of a bitch. I closed it. My own.
Whenever
There's
anyone
no
wants
excuse
something
for a rack.
there,
Where do you get
Of my first play, the herald said, "A dead whale has washed up at the Schubert Theater." And stinks a little more with each passing night. The Tribune called my first opera as having the effect of canceling out all of Mozart's classics in a single caterwaul. And now, critics take me to task for my humanitarian work. If I were not there to find a home for these orphans, would these bellyachers take my place? An artist.
They don't even seem sane.
Nothing beats your first splice. From there, it's all downhill. The frozen frosties, the jockeys who'll hand you 1,000 volts as soon as look at you.
You sound sympathetic.
They wouldn't be the first sons of bitches who found an answer at the bottom of a bottle. And once you see them go all weak at the knees at the sight of a little sister and all her Adam, they cut a less sympathetic figure. Short-circuited. Probably be able to pop it open with
A jolt of shock jockey?
You familiar with shock jockey?
More than you could know.
Let's look around. Maybe there's a store ain't been ransacked by splicers yet.
I'm the independent type, and that's why I smoke Nico Time brand cigarettes.
Gee, the government sure does like to tell people what to do.
Exactly. That's why I smoke Nico Time, because I make my own decisions. Nico Time brand cigarettes. Rapture's choice. Your choice.
I made my quota. I mean, all right. I mean, I was only off this much. What's that now?
Watch it. Got company.
You better leave well enough alone. How long you been two-timing me?
New songs. They're real personal to me. They're like love letters. Straight from my heart.
Show me what you're capable of!
Looks like the plasma department is back that way. I'm sure we'd find something useful there.
It's locked.
I'll give it a whirl. It's done.
Touch the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
What are you keeping from me? Who put these ideas? You don't belong here!